Hello and welcome back to Rollercoaster of Thrones, I mean Tycoon, of course, where we are playing in a very heavily Game of Thrones themed park. Well, actually it's only the naming, but the castle also looks kind of cool, right? I mean, which castle could it be that is on an island? Well, I can only imagine it being Pike, but I know that that castle is very different to what we see over here, as it has three bridges leading to the three sections of the, or two bridges leading to the three sections of the castle. So, anywho, that's of minor relevance. Last time we actually built the Kraken of Pike over here, which, well, I must admit, you know, it's not the greatest of river rides we've ever built, but it's certainly not bad. This could, I think we could get this ride up to the 7.5. If we had a wad more of cash to spend, but this was really tight on the budget. So with the budget constraints that we had, I think we did pretty well. And here we are. Now, what are we going to do? First of all, we shall do the quick vandalism check that we always do. And I must admit that strategically placing entertainers really seems to prevent any vandalism from happening at all. Because I would have expected to have had a lot more vandalism by this point, but it just seems that the guests are nice. And I mean, I can almost not believe it. It's hard to swallow that the guests are behaving. I mean, they are, after all, just primordial pixels led by instincts and yeah. Anyway, as far as I can see, nothing's broken, nothing's bent, so we shall continue to see if we need to adjust any pricings of anything of any sorts. And it seems to me that that's not actually the case, as far as I can tell. How's Highgarden doing? Highgarden. How are we doing? Yeah, well, it's actually, I mean, there's people going in it. There's, in fact, you with the balloon. You are in it. I mean, it's not much of a maze, so it's a small wonder that there's actually still people in it, because, yeah. Also, this car ride, this is bad, I know. I wonder, have we set ourselves an entertainer over here? We have. Where is he though? He is a Knight of Swords. It's Barristan Selmy, I believe we had set to. Apparently he is over here somewhere, but I'm not seeing him. Is he over there? Barristan Selmy, there, I spotted you. Right, so he's entertaining the guests, and that's needed, because this queue is too long, but it's unfortunately the best we could do. So, now that we have established that our pricing is good, let us return to a view that is much more pleasant to the eyes. And let's discuss our next course of action. This path. It needs facilities. It needs them badly. So that's what we're gonna get. Let us see what we have in terms of facilities and that we can put there that we know we need. For one, we're gonna need a toilet. We might as well put that over here, I think. So it's actually, I'd much rather have it over here. I think that's a good spot for a toilet. Then we're also gonna get ourselves a balloon stall, and we're gonna have these, oh crap, I should unpause the game. And we're gonna have these be white. Yes, there, right, looking good. Then I'm also gonna add one of these both, you know, just because we need them. There's no way around it. We just need them. The guest will also love it if we actually add some facilities. They will always appreciate it. So, let me see. I think actually over here is like a pretty good spot for one of these. No, it's actually not. It's actually pretty much where the drink stall is. I thought for a moment it was hooked up to the wall there. No, but where the drink stall is actually like the best spot for it. So I guess the only option that we have over here is to raise up the terrain here slightly. Not too much, so it doesn't look ugly. And then there. Okay, done. Opened. Now, with this there, what we then are going to do, and look at this. This is actually attracting lots and lots of gas, you know, just adding a few facilities. I also wonder... Wow, they were still designing the last thrill ride, and look what the eggheads were designing. The Enterprise ride. That is absolutely amazing. I think we should put it over here. It's a very big ride, so it needs lots of space. We will not be able to fit it in over there. Nor here, really, as it would go all the way from over here. Yeah, it would occupy the full space. We simply would not have any room to wiggle in an entrance or exit, so it's not going to go over here. We could, theoretically speaking, get it over here, but that would be a massive, absolutely massive terraforming hole. So I think this is our best bet. As far as... you know, other stuff, because I did have something planned, and no, I have not forgotten about it. No, I just want to kind of like, I'm wondering how I can show you this the best. I think this actually shows it best. What are we looking at? What are we looking at here, you might wonder? Well, I'll tell you. See this path here, height 12. See this one, height 11. See where this path leads to. It unlocks this path. Of course, it also leads to the walls and whatnot, but that's easily fixed by removing a path section. And I think you can by now all guess what I intend to do. I intend to unlock this section so that we can place our water skis over here. And that also gives us like a lot more path real estate to put other stuff at. So yeah, good. Now, have I actually placed any shops and stalls over here? Doesn't seem so. And I now know why. Because we can't. Yeah. There's just no room to place anything. So it's not really a surprise there isn't anything. That does mean though that over here we definitely should try and place something. I think before we hook this up we actually redo this path over here, because it is being a bit retarded in the way that it's laid out here. So let me just quickly go ahead and fix this. And I think it wouldn't be such a bad idea to actually go and fix it over here as well. Oh, and by the way, you might still hear firework noises in the background. I don't know how well they come through. I haven't checked from the last video, but this one's recorded right after. So yeah, you know, the noise pollution still is possible. Right. Oh man, I love this music so much better. Right. We shall also not use the black tarmac. I just don't like it. It's really bad. Now then, okay, so yeah, about the path. Let us first pause the game so that we can get our view right. And I guess all that we really need to remove is, yeah, it is this. Nice. All right. Well, that's all, folks. So now what we can do is this. Ta-da! Done. See, it wasn't that difficult. I never really spotted the possibility. But now that we have, this whole area is accessible right now. We shall quickly add the necessary infrastructure needed for its success. There. Right, looking good, looking good. So, there we have it. I'm not instantly going to build facilities over here as we've just done that, but by the way, our guest count, have you noticed that we are at like 814, and that is without having really added anything major for like this month? Well, actually for the half of the month. Our guest count has been rising like crazy, only by adding more room for the guests to walk around in and adding more facilities. That was a real good move. I already noticed it was getting a little bit too crowded, and well, it seems I anticipated at the right time. Now, as far as building rides goes, we are gonna build this, and we are going to build this over here. Man, I know that's bad, but man, I love this music, man. This ragtime music is just amazing. Really loving it. Now, are we gonna stick with the castle over here, you know, with the castle look over here? I'm not really sure. I don't think it fits well this far out of the castle. Also, we are going to extend the path a little bit further. Just all the way down to the waterway. There. And it's actually gonna lead all the way up to there. I am well, at least I think that the guests can pass through that on their water ski, but we're not even gonna give them the option to do so. We're just gonna have this hook up straight, so they can only go on this side, you know, into the big wide ocean, basically. So that's that. Nice. Let's actually enable the scenery. Right, it is time to set up this ride, and yeah, I have changed my mind about this. This actually looks kind of alright. You know, you have like the castle with walls and everything, and then you have like on the outskirts, you know, like fishing village and that kind of stuff, you know, with more like straw and just wood, and I think this looks a lot better, and it still fits really well. Also, I don't know what this is supposed to do. I don't know, man. I have absolutely no idea. But I don't know. We'll make it white. I don't know. We don't see anything, so I don't really see the point of it. We can't change that. I was aware of that. Just checking. You know, the sense of choice, the illusion of choice by adding a menu and then only having one option. Yeah, I've beaten that horse to death here, so we'll not talk about it any further. Let's open this and then let us give this a name. And even though I was well prepared for the last few videos within regards to naming stuff, this time though, I must admit I kind of yeah, dropped the ball a little bit on this one. However, it shouldn't be hard to come up with something, you know, some name of a castle or a house or a mighty warrior that is sea related. And for a change, I think we're not gonna go... Ooh. Why don't we call this Wyman's Port? Why don't we call this the Wyman? Wyman. It's definitely gonna have to be something with Wyman Manderley, being situated at the water and being white. Why don't we call this the Manderley Port? There, Manderley Port, definitely. Also, therefore, all in the same color, and they're all gonna be white. Just white, no other color, and well, if you've read the novels, you'll understand. That's all I'm gonna say about it, because this whole character has not appeared in the series whatsoever so far, but he actually does play quite a crucial role with our, you know, in the story of our onion smuggler. So there you have it, you know. Those who read the books, they'll know. Those who don't, go read the books. I can only recommend it. Now, what we need over here is, of course, this. A handy dude. And with so much park expansion that we've been doing as of lately, I don't think it's such a bad idea to actually... maybe add like another fix mechanic. We only have 3, so we'll just add in one more. I don't think that's a bad call on our end. Also, we're gonna smack down a few... What are we getting, by the way? No, we're not getting any new shops and stalls, that's for certain. Therefore, we shall only place a toilet for the time being, just so that we have something over here. We'll leave it at that, but once we start building more over here, then we are also going to add more facilities. But for now, for just this one ride, I don't expect much of it yet, as this is kind of a dead end, which in terms of pathing is suboptimal. I don't really want to have dead ends, you know, because it's better to have loops where there's a lot more gas passing through. And well, you know, with the way the pathfinding works in this game, that is indeed better. Right, okay, the Enterprise then. I mean, we have it, we should build it. We're gonna build it, and we're gonna build it right over here. So, what we are first going to do is take out this blob. There, done. The question then remains, like, where exactly are we gonna put it on this blob? Let us just take a moment to sort this out. See, if we build it over here, we cannot hook it up over there. We could lower it, but currently it is at the same height as the path over there. So for an exit, this location would be perfect. What makes me think that we should not place it here then? I can hear you ask. Good question. I don't know. Shall we just place it over here then? Yeah, perfect. Perfect. They're done. Of course, we do need to revert over here to the castle brown style, because that's much better. You know, inside a castle. I also think that this is actually not that bad. Ooh, and we're gonna tune the amounts of spins that it gets. Definitely. Right, so all we need to do right now is just hook it up, huh? That's easy. We can do that. I can arrange that. Also, I don't really want to... if we take a look at... Oh man, it's actually difficult to spot, but... You can see this stretch of straight over here. I kind of don't want to... how should I put that? What I don't want is to just have like a queue that completely uses this, you know, like goes straight alongside. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go up here. Are we? This is like prime area for other rides. Not anymore, because we have to build a queue here. We can perhaps even another ride here, another ride here, another ride here. And that should also do it for this area of the park. Perhaps, you know, in the off chance we might get something in over here. But that's on the off chance, not counting on it, you know. We would have to raise the terrain actually for it. Rather than lower it, we would have to raise it to hook it up over here. It's not impossible. It could happen, but we also have these walls over here, and I kind of like to keep those intact. So yeah, you know, see, and then we it's not undoable. To be continued. At least the ride, you know, the ride over here, if it ever happens. Perhaps a 2x2 ride would fit nicely. But we're not there. We are for this ride in the running. So what we're gonna do, because this is also a very popular ride, we are gonna build a queue over here. I don't know, is that too high? No, it's not. It's perfect. It's brilliant, actually. Right, so everything is sorted. Let us open this up and, well, I think we should get a name for this. I also look at our money and I'm like, alright, we'll leave the game running for a little bit, just so that I can come up with a name. The name being, and, why don't we call this, why don't we call this, oh, what we could call this is, the Blackfire. No. That's more for a coaster. Also, I'm gonna pause it now because our money is doing okay. And I'm still worried about time and I guess the count, you know. Well, after all, we still need to get 339 guests in the park. In like a year and a half. That's, I mean, it's doable, but I don't want to make it unnecessarily hard by me just pondering names for Game of Thrones stuff for our park. So, a wheel, huh? I mean, if anything, a wheel riding. One person that doesn't ride anymore. I know one. I don't know if it's fitting though. That's the thing. I mean, you know what? We're gonna call this Bloodraven's Bane. Bloodraven's Bane. There you have it. You know, Brand's teacher is in. Because this is of course, you know, referring to Bloodraven. We shall have this be white, and we shall have this be red for his birthmark stain. Which is a little bit smaller than this, and also not shaped in like a God knows how many pointed star, but still, you know, it's about the coloring. So, Bloodraven, huh? You are in the park. I'm actually getting away with these names better than I thought it would be. Now, as far as our park goes, our armada of rides... Oh, we are getting a gentle ride. It's not bad. Our armada of rides is actually looking rather good. So what I think we should do right now is actually get ourselves another coaster. Which coaster? Well, that'd be easy. This coaster, the Virginia Rail. And I'm looking at this area and I'm like, alright, why don't we just start expanding it over here then? Now, so far, and I like to keep that tradition actually, so far we have all the stations in the underground. I don't see any reason to change that right now all of a sudden. Just because we're outside of the castle and we can have them above ground doesn't mean we should. So we're not going to. I'm gonna place them not at sea level, slightly above it. So let's get that sorted. We shall build a custom design. We shall build it, actually I think across over here would be the best option. I am gonna just make a entry to the underground over here, which I'm actually gonna leave open, just so that we have at least an easy point of entry that I don't need to constantly redo. Now, that does mean that we do need to... Oh. It does mean that we need to choose the right place to elevate ourselves a little. I think height 8 is pretty solid. And then, yeah, we can still get above and around over there. So that's good. And we shall have the station be situated here. Now we can also just remove this. We shall actually move the station starting point a little bit further forward, not too much though. And then just also that, maybe we don't really need that far back, I believe. No, we still have 12 cars right now. So that's good. We shall place the entrance... Oh. There then, I guess. Alright, so it's not exactly at the start, but that's only a minor detail, you know. I can live with that. Not all things can be created perfect. Yeah, you thought I was gonna say equal, huh? No. Right, okay, so now we're in the business for actually making a cool coaster out of this one. I think we should go down by 2. And then perhaps do it like this. And now we should be able to go even further up. Oh, and now I'm looking at our money and I'm like, alright, maybe this was a little bit enthusiastic. Perhaps I should have waited with this. You know what? We will do something else in the meantime. Because poor planning, poor financial planning on my part. I know. Though with the rides that we have, we should be able to generate plenty of money. I can't really see... Oh yeah, look at our river ride. That's this queue, I believe. It's actually really good. You know what? Before we continue the construction over there, I actually am kind of worried about something. Let me just quickly inspect this. 4 minutes 41 with 9 boats. This should definitely be 4 minutes. That's like 240 seconds. If it's like 280 seconds with 9 boats. That should be like at least 30 seconds or something for each car. That means that the queue time must be horrendous. It's actually only 2 minutes. Okay, odd. Thought it would be a lot more. Well, actually, maybe that will change. What queue was it then that I was looking at that was long and blue? Ah, it must have been of the coasting. Stupid me. Right, anyway, if the queue time does go up though, we shall have to act. For now though, what we're gonna do is we're gonna see that we hook this up. I don't think we really need to go much higher on this. Actually, we are already too high, it seems to me. Yeah. That's alright though. We can still make this happen. That's a good queue actually, so I'm not terribly concerned about it. I mean, at least the size of it, you know. I don't really know, of course, how fast the coaster will be, but we also don't really need to go up that much for this. I mean, that's all pretty solid, you know. I like this. The fact that we actually build it relatively at the same height of the path makes it so much easier than when you have to traverse like these great heights and all that, so... No, right, looking good, looking good. We'll close this now. Thank you, game, for returning the view to normal. I always appreciate it when you do that, especially when I have things, you know, set up to my own preference. Right, so, about the money, huh? How cool would it be if we can actually just go below that area of the coasting? I think that would be pretty bonkers if we could achieve that, which we just did. Right, okay. That might be a little bit too intense though. That curve, man, that's gonna be harsh. I can tell you that much. Now, let me just quickly plan out where this coast is gonna go. You know, just like in general. What I kind of want is to have it occupy this space over here. Then we can have like 2 more... Well, actually, I kind of would like it if it only kept to this space, not so much over here. So, to do that, yeah, we're really just shy on money. That's the thing. I've built this way too soon. That's the lesson learned over here. Don't build your coasters when you don't have the money for it. Alright. So, why don't we make it so that we actually go back to this area? And do like some tight curves, because we've only been doing them regular curves. Then perhaps go down a few height levels. Right now we're at height 13. So is there a way for us to maybe do something like this? I think this is pretty cool actually. And then... No. I'm looking at these loops and I know I shouldn't even try and attempt to. So, no. Because I know better. Basically, therefore. Right, okay. What we should now do is... perchance... see that we dive into the underground after doing a little bit more curving. Maybe just go down here. I mean, we're at like height 8, so if we... Ooh. I see our money. I think we should come back to this project a little bit later. There's folks leaving, but there's more coming. I mean, we are close to getting like 1,000 guests already in year 2. That will make the rest of the park quite easy. You know what? We're gonna pause the construction of that coaster. I don't want it to become like a chore of having to wait on money. So instead, you know, because this is a Kraken, it needs fountains. I guess we can spend our money better on this kind of stuff, you know. There, that should add, as should this. Not only for the ride, but also for the looks of the park. So, there. That's definitely cool. Alright. And also over here. Bam! And then also over here. Yeah. I like that. Though doing that also costs a lot of money. It's all costing money. I mean, I shouldn't fret it too much. I'm just so stupid with not caring about how much money we have. I thought, hey, this is a cheap coaster, we can get away with it. Turns out, I cannot. You know what, we might as well already give this a name though in the meantime. We could do things out of order, they still need to be done. How about, wow, are they just running like empty completely? What's up with that? They are still making money, right? Yeah, they are. It's just not that great. I mean, what are they thinking about it? It's still pretty popular, right? Yeah. Ah, it looks too intense. Oh man, you pussies. Ah well, what can we do? Yeah, so about this, huh? How about we name this? Oh, we could definitely call this, why don't we call this, the Blackfire. The Blackfire Royalist. That would be a contradictionary in itself. No, why don't we call this the Blackfire... The quenching... Yeah, the Blackfire Rebellion is like just a copy-paste. So I want to give my own twist to it. Why don't we call this the Blackfire Uprising? That's pretty cool. Right, we do have a little bit more money to spend on it, so we might as well... yeah, this is where we were building. Now, let me see. I think we should definitely get around over here. And then somewhere over here, perhaps. Now try and hug the terrain a little, because that's definitely cheaper than building, you know, supports out over the sea. And with this coaster, hugging the terrain isn't really that difficult, so there's no reason not to. Unless, of course, you want to go in the underground, which is kind of where we're gonna aim for right now. So, we shall go down, and then terraform this. Oh, we actually got circus show. Alright. I don't know if I should be happy about that. It's gonna be quite a nightmare to actually get that to fit, but we'll see what we can do, right? We always will give it our best effort. Now we are in the underground. We should definitely make haste to not go into where the terrain is unfriendly for our coaster. So, let's see. This should work. Also, please watch out for our own tracks. We should definitely go down one, seeing how the path is at height 9. Then we can go up. And I wouldn't mind it so much if we actually go back towards the station like straight away, because clearly we've... Oh, clearly we've done that, you know. We don't have the cash required. Done. Nice. Testing instantly. Now what we need to do is, of course, call the, you know, paint the Blackfire Uprising. And I know test riding is also important. But we're also gonna have to paint this, so unfortunately you're just gonna have to watch it, which I will make possible for you. So there. Now black fire, huh? Black fire. Oh, we do need the support zone actually. That we cannot escape. Well, to be honest, I believe it is like... This would be appropriate, as it's like black dragons on a red background, I believe. Whereas the Targaryen is the other way around, you know, black background and red dragons. I don't know, I don't like this though, so we're not gonna stick with that. That emphasizes the color really well. But I think that this is like the better contender. It gives a dark tone to it, which after all the Blackfire Rebellion in and of itself is just that, you know, it's a dark part of history. So, on these, I'll make it look like candy though, that's not the intention. That makes it look like the same of the coaster, so perhaps we shall go with that. Yeah, I guess after all it isn't that bad. Now, ooh, wow, look at that! Those ratings are actually excellent. Oops, 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 oops. Did not intend to do that. We shall charge only $5.50 for that. And of course, we will set the inspection time. Speaking about inspection time, why don't we have a fixed mechanic assigned for this, huh? I don't think this traps you. That should trap you. Yeah, definitely. He can't get out anywhere, so that's good. Nice. Then we shall have a handy dude dedicated to cleaning up the mess that's gonna make. And I think with that, the coaster is actually finished. The Blackfire Uprising. Yeah, I like it. I think it's good. It's also very good for the ratings, so yeah. And it will help draw guests to this section of the park. So, all in all, pretty good. I think that we've done pretty well. We are in August, year 2, and I don't see it impossible to conceive that before the end of year 2 we will have over 1,000 guests in the park. But whether or not we're gonna make that is something that we're gonna find out next time when we play more Rollercoaster Tycoon.